So I saw the news of the Grammys splitting up the Best Country Album category into two categories, just after Beyoncé Knowles Carter won in that category with her album Cowboy Carter. Now, I do think that the win by Knowles Carter contributed to when this category change happened. I do also want to recognize that this has been a long time coming. However, I do think that the Recording Academy's feeling that it had to expand recognition at the Grammys and the backlash artists like Beyoncé receive from the country music industry as a whole are really the vestiges of the last big shift in the industry of country music that I would posit coincided with the terrorist attacks on the United States on September 11th, 2001. But first, hi, I'm Freddie Mansplanation, a historian of showbiz and politics, an expert on the EDOT Awards, and this is a very special Mansplanation. Today, I would argue that the most mainstream country music, the music that's getting the marketing pushes, getting the money behind it, is what we'd probably call BroCountry, which in my opinion is just rock music repackaged. But how did we get here? 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 Well, in the early 2000s, pop culture in America, particularly music, had a very global scope. For example, Latin music was having a major crossover moment. But after the attacks of September 11th, the administration of then-President George W. Bush, along with his political party, tapped Nashville to soundtrack their political efforts. And all that government money getting pumped into Nashville, into the country music industry, not only made country music more lucrative than ever before, it also attracted the most ravenous of capitalists. A demographic that usually seems to overlap with men that are also huge assholes, to say the least. And whenever those types of money-hungry dudes come into a new market, they tend to push out anyone who could be a threat to their plans or potential profit. With Knowles Carter being just the latest name on a long list of women ridiculed by this new country music oligarchy. The same ridicule that I would argue has forced many women out of the genre altogether or forced them to silo themselves off from the rest of the industry in order to survive. Now, eventually, the government money stopped being earmarked for Nashville, but the new powers that be in country music still wanted those same profit margins. So the industry has doubled down on what is the easiest to sell, BroCountry, an escapist, nostalgia-heavy genre of country that tends to be, in my opinion, very shallow and misogynistic. Now, I think there can be a whole other video about why country music fans, a usually whiter, more conservative, more Republican demographic, craves so much escape from their own lives and nostalgia for the last time they felt powerful. But when it comes to the resulting Grammy categories, one for Best Contemporary Country Album and another for Best Traditional Country Album, I see as a positive for the entire music industry. If anything, I think it'll force the industry to take more artists seriously. Now, where I think the real drama is going to be is surrounding what constitutes traditional and contemporary country music. But that's a battle that's been happening within country music since basically the beginning of the recording industry. But for now, thanks for watching. And make sure you like, share, and follow so that I can keep making videos like this. Thanks so much. Bye.